Hey guys, this is Alex703 Rockstar. I'm back. Uh, I put up my Tyler review. It's not that I'm not happy with what I said, it's that half of what I said isn't even there because, YouTube, um, whatever. So I feel like I still had enough to say that wasn't left there, that I had to make sort of a part two. Um, so here it is, essentially. Uh, I'm just going to talk about the production because in that first video now, I already talked about the rapping. So, the production here is what holds the album back by far the most, bar none. There are a couple good tracks, production-wise. Yonkers, Nightmare, Transylvania. Although Transylvania gets really annoying with the vocal effects he puts on everywhere, which I'll get to in a second. The production style here is it's sort of sparse and with a lot of clicking drums. It has very deep synth lines. It's very keyboard heavy essentially. The problem is a lot of it, too much of it, sounds like it was made directly off a computer, which is not good. And the drums especially, the programming is just awful on here. I do give him credit for actually trying to build beats and not just keeping one simple loop. And he's very proud of his production, but unfortunately it holds back songs that have good lyrical content. The songs that do have good production really stand out. Of course, Yonkers, Sandwiches, Truncated. They help add to the aura of what Tyler is. But most of the tracks I can't say that about. She has this awful like R&B hook that is completely contradictory to anything he's done. It does nothing to help the album. Radicals needs bass in there. It needs bass. It's just sort of buzzing here, but it needs a bass there. And I will say that about a lot of the tracks. They definitely need some bass to back up the melodies that they are trying to introduce. So I think that's definitely a major problem, and that's one that comes from lack of experience, I would say, as a producer. I also think that the concept of this album, besides the fact that it's a paradox, he still tries to bring back TC, the Tyler's Conscience character, except on Bastard, it was actually TC was there all the time in every single song, almost every other song. He was having conversations with Tyler in between. It was very effective. It opened up on what Tyler was thinking. Here, it's just that he's there on Goblin, which is like a much worse version of the song Bastard from his first album, Bastard. And then TC he supposedly disappears, you could say, on Yonkers when he says, "The bunny hops off my shoulder, now my conscience dead," or whatever that line is. You know what I'm referring to. And so maybe TC dies there, but then yet the vocal effect that he uses as TC keeps appearing over and over again. Just in the background of songs, like when he needs a punchline to have power, he'll add that in, and I think that's really cheesy and silly. Sounds of the Car was making a video the other day where he actually recreated that same vocal effect, and I mentioned that. I said, wow, that's exactly like TC from the Tyler Creator album. And I think he thought that I was making fun of him, but the point was that I was criticizing Tyler, that if an amateur video maker can create that sort of vocal effect, someone who's signed to a major record label should be able to do better. And the skits are not really interesting. I mean, there aren't as many here, but there are a lot of disclaimers, and they're quite annoying. They're pretty annoying. So, yeah, I'd say that caps off, I guess, what I want to say about it. This gives me sort of 9 total minutes of footage. I think that's all I need. Whatever. 4 out of 10. Whatever. It's not a great album, but I do expect great things from him in the future. Listen to Bastard. It's a lot better. It's really good. Now, anyway, I don't know if the video will cut off now or something, but I wanted to point out some stuff I've been listening to lately that I am enjoying quite a bit. Not this. First, Yeasayer's first album, All Our Symbols. Here's the packaging, not much of it. I really got hooked on Yeasayer after Odd Blood, which I think got unfairly criticized. It was sort of an album that took a long time to grow on you, and I think a lot of people sort of reviewed it kind of quickly after it came out, and it didn't get the praise it deserves. I think it's a great album. I'm listening to the Ruby Kids EP Maps, which I reviewed earlier. This is really worth checking out. Pick it up from his website, from his Bandcamp page. This is really good. I'm listening also to the new Raekwon album. A lot of people on YouTube didn't seem to like it that much. I think it's a pretty fun album. It's not anything great. It's not as good as Apollo Kids, but I think it's fun. Listening to REM Collapse Into Now, which I really, really like. It's at least as good as Accelerate, if not better. This is it's a subtly addictive album. I like the packaging a lot too. Really cool stuff. And last but not least, something that everyone has done a review for. Of course, I come in 4 to 6 months later and say that I'm enjoying it. But PJ Harvey's Let England Shake, really fun stuff. Really, really fun stuff. Also, by the way, shoutouts to J. Crew. He comments on almost all my videos, makes great reviews. Shoutouts to him. I love you, bro. You are the best. Okay, see you guys later. Peace.